The warning life rarely announces disaster. It doesn't knock loudly, it doesn't demand attention. Instead, it whispers, a quiet discomfort. Hesitation you can't explain. Feeling that something isn't right, but not wrong enough to stop. This is the story of a man who noticed those whispers and chose to keep moving. Not because he was careless, not because he was reckless, but because he believed he had time. Stay with me. Because this story isn't about failure, it's about what happens when we delay listening. The comfort of normal, his life didn't look dramatic, and that was the problem. Everything was fine. He woke up, went to work, returned home, bills were paid, responsibilities were handled. There was no urgency to change anything. Comfort settled in quietly. And with it came a dangerous thought. If nothing is broken, why fix it? That belief made him stop questioning his choices, stop checking in with himself, stop paying attention. Because when life feels stable, awareness feels unnecessary. The first unease, the first sign wasn't obvious. It wasn't fear. It was restlessness. Moments where his mind drifted. Nights where sleep came slower. Days that felt longer than they should. He couldn't explain it. And because he couldn't explain it, he ignored it. He told himself it was stress, or boredom, or just part of being human. But unease is rarely random. It's often a signal looking for attention. Others notice first. People around him noticed before he did. They asked gentle questions. They suggested slowing down. They expressed concern. He laughed it off. "I'm okay," he said. And he believed it. Because accepting concern feels like admitting weakness, and ignoring concern feels like strength. At least in the moment. Confidence becomes blindness. Nothing bad happened. Days passed, weeks passed, and each uneventful day reinforced his belief. See? Everything is fine. Confidence slowly turned into certainty. Certainty into dismissal. He stopped listening to others and to himself, because when warnings don't come with immediate consequences, they feel unnecessary. Rationalizing the signs, every warning now had an explanation. This is normal. Everyone goes through this. I'll deal with it later. Later became a habit, and habits shape outcomes. Discomfort became background noise. Instincts became interruptions. He didn't silence them aggressively. He just stopped responding. The subtle line. There was no dramatic moment where everything changed. Just small choices. Ignored feeling. Rationalized decision. Each one felt harmless, but harmless choices, repeated, build irreversible paths. The line wasn't crossed boldly. It faded. The body keeps score. His body noticed before his mind did. Tension stayed longer. Energy disappeared faster. Peace became rare. Still, he pushed forward, because stopping felt inconvenient, and inconvenience is often mistaken for danger. When signs return louder, the signs returned, not as feelings, but as disruptions, missed calls, difficult conversations, moments that demanded attention. This time, ignoring them required effort, but effort felt easier than change. Consequences arrived quietly. The collapse didn't arrive with chaos, it arrived with silence, a realization, a moment where everything slowed down. He saw the pattern clearly, for the first time. Every ignored sign, every delayed response, every chance to stop earlier. The cost wasn't sudden, it was accumulated. Final reflection. The real lesson: life always gives signs. They are quiet on purpose, because those who listen early never need to hear them loudly. If something feels off, pause. If your instincts speak, listen. Ignoring signs doesn't cancel consequences, it only postpones them. If this story made you uncomfortable, that discomfort is awareness waking up. And awareness is where change begins. Subscribe for more stories that explore the hidden cost of everyday decisions. Remember, the signs are always there.